I wonder whether you could guess. Demanding, self-centered, egocentric, puffed up. However, there is one truth in the character named George Takei on Psych. I love blueberries from wherever. Yeah, the North Carolina blueberry industry should send a check over. I've been doing some. So, yes, that was good fun working on. I enjoyed working on Psych. And that James Roday is an amazing actor. And he is an actor because, you know, many of you have asked me about John Wayne. And I tell them, you know, John Wayne on screen is exactly the same off screen. Well, with James Roday in Psych, he is the polar opposite of the character you see on screen. You know, where you know, he's full of gestures and he's smart alecky and he's a little cocky and all. The real James Roday that I met on the set is very quiet and very intensely concentrating. And Dulé Hill was interesting because I was addicted to West Wing. Good show, isn't it? Alas, it's off. But, you know, on West Wing, he's this very sober, straight-laced White House aide. In reality, he is the polar opposite of that. He is a song and dance man. He was on Broadway in Bring On the Music, Bring On the Funk, you know, that tap dance musical. And in between shots, you know, if they had plywood on the floor and for the camera dolly, you know, he would get on that plywood and give us this tap dancing show. And, you know, it was like being in a nightclub, you know, with a floor show. Dulé kept us all entertained with his tap dancing. Whereas James goes off into the corner and he's, you know, concentrating, you know, thinking on the scene. But he's not as gregarious as Dulé is. So that was an interesting observation about those two actors. Yes.
George, I've been one of your fans for almost all my life.
40 years.
Plus a little, but my questions are about something you done recently. You're talking about one of your colleagues. Comedy Central, you did the Shatner roast.
Oh, yeah.
The Shatner roast.
Knocked it out of the park.
When they called, I told them, I've got 40 years of material. They said, we can only give you 5 minutes. So I can do a whole, another 10 years of shows.
So I got two little questions. One, just how much fun was that opportunity for you? And two,
did it look like I was not having fun?
I think you really enjoyed, I know you enjoyed it. And then second, from your perspective, in real life, just how sexy is Betty White?
Sexy as who?
Betty White.
Oh! Well, her dressing room was right next door to mine when we did that, you know. If I had known then, but this was before the show, you know, and when the show was over, we didn't go back to our dressing rooms. She is an amazing lady. Sweet, little old gray-haired lady. And she was hilarious. She was she was the best thing on the show.
She had her own with everybody that came up there, I got to tell you. So I just want to know how you felt about her. And did you really get all the shots in that you wanted to?
Oh no, I told you, 40 years.
I want the best two that you didn't get in.
Oh, that's going to be hard. But you know, the last line I had was beat. They are coming out with a DVD. Without the beats. And, you know, when we did the show, it took 3 hours. It was cut down to 90 minutes. The DVD will have all 3 hours. So yeah, watch for that one. They should be coming at you with it in a few months.
Appreciate it.
Have we reached that point?
We have time for one more question. It'll be this gentleman right over there, and then we'll be wrapping up.
Thank you all.
Okay, my question is also about the Shatner roast. There were so many incredible people there in the audience and on the stage as well. What are some of your experiences with that, with the people who were there, some of the backstage experiences? You talked about Betty White. How about other people who were there?
Well, as you know, I've been doing the Howard Stern radio show since the beginning of this year. And over the course of that time, I found a new cuddly muffin. Artie Lang, and he flew all the way across the country to do that show just for me, and it was nice to have Artie there. He was good fun. He is a workaholic because he was, that was Sunday night that we taped that show, and Howard comes on Monday morning at 6 o'clock Eastern Time, which is 3 o'clock a.m. Pacific Time. Artie did his turn, and he stayed long enough to see me do my turn, and then he sneaked out, went straight to the airport, caught the red eye, flew all the way across the country to New York, went from Kennedy straight to the radio station, and he was on the air, and he was lively, alert, vivacious, and telling Howard that I killed. And so, he is such a workaholic. I was really amazed when he told me that he was going to be on the show Monday morning. Dear Nichelle, she looked regal. I mean, you saw how she looked in that gold gown. She is a great, impressive looking lady. But I think she was a little uncomfortable on that show, and given the atmosphere, and I think they cut a lot of Nichelle's piece there. I'd never heard of Lisa Lampanelli. That was the first time I met her, She is hilarious. I told her next time she's got a gig in LA, let me know, and I'll be there roaring away at her. She is a very imaginative comic. She writes her own material. That Andy Dick.
Dear God.
He is out of control. Thank God he didn't try to lick me. However, there was that unexpected kiss that came out of nowhere. I guess I have some irresistible magnetism for Jeffrey Ross. I'm going to have to ask him what it was about me that he found so sexy. Every one of them, they were great fun. I enjoyed meeting many of them for the first time. I'd never met them before. And then some of them I regret meeting, like Andy Dick. And with that, let me thank you all for a wonderful...
Ladies and gentlemen, a big round of applause for Captain Hikaru Sulu, Mr. George Takei.